Welcome student. In previous period, we come to know about the characteristics of Raman spectra. We know that the intensity of Stokes lines is more as compared to that of anti-Stokes line. It is the first characteristics in the Raman spectra. Second one is that the Raman shift, Raman shift delta nu bar is equals to nu s bar of scattered light minus nu I bar of incident light. This Raman shift is in the Raman spectra is always lies in the far infrared region as well as in the near infrared region. Third characteristics is that the Raman lines are displaced equally around the raylight scattering. This is raylight scattering. These are the Stokes lines. These are the anti-Stokes lines, and this is nothing but raylight scattering. And in this way, these Stokes and anti-Stokes lines are displaced equally around this raylight line. Last and very important point we seen is that for the Raman spectra, or in order to obtain the Raman spectra, there is one important condition that the molecule must show the change in the polarization. Means Raman lines are due to the change in the polarization of the molecule. Now, change in the polarization of molecule, this aspect is related to the condition of molecule to be or said to be Raman active. The molecule is said to be Raman active only when there will be change in the polarization. Means what is the important condition? The molecule is going to show the Raman spectra, there must be a change in the polarization of molecule. This is the main, very important, essential condition to show the Raman spectra. Now, see the conditions for Raman active molecule in detail. Suppose we have taken a sample or molecule. That sample or molecule is placed in external electric field. Are you getting clear? What we have done? We have taken a sample or molecule and that is placed in external electric field. That is positive plate, that is negative plate of the external electric field. What happens there? Since this sample or molecule or atom consists of protons, neutrons and electrons. Protons and neutrons are present in the nucleus. Electrons are revolving around the nucleus. At that time, what happens? These negatively charged electrons get displaced toward positive plate, and this positive core center, that is nucleus, is displaced towards the negative plate, and due to this there will be magnetic field is induced, or there will be, one can say, induced dipole moment. What happens? There will be induced dipole moment, and this induced dipole moment of molecule or sample is due to the application of this electric or magnetic field, and due to this this induced dipole moment means these negatively charged nuclei get attracted to a positive plate. Positively charged nucleus or nucleons get attracted towards negative plate. There will be a distortion. Very important term. What is there? Distortion. This distortion is cause, and this distortion is responsible for the induced dipole moment for that molecule, and we can say the molecule is said to be polarized. Means in polarization what happens? This molecule or sample which is in the neutral condition, due to application of the external magnetic field, there will be distortion. Positive part of that molecule, that sample, that is nucleus, get distorted toward negative plate. Negative part, that is negatively charged electrons revolving, distorted toward positive plate, and one can say the molecule is distorted, and there will be induced dipole moment, and one can say the molecule is polarized. Are you getting clear? Now, this polarization, during this polarization, what happens? If E is the strength of electric field, suppose here this electric field is applied, the strength of electric field, suppose the strength of electric field is E, and suppose mu is induced dipole moment. What is there? It will be induced dipole moment. Okay. Now, due to application of this, there will be dipole moment induced, and one can say the molecule is polarized. Now, at this stage, what happens? Now, this strength of the electric or magnitude of the strength of the electric field, that is E, is directly proportional to induced dipole moment. What is this mathematics? Or this is mathematics. E is proportional to mu, means magnitude of strength of electric field is directly proportional to the induced dipole moment. If you have to remove this proportionality sign and you have to take equals to sign, that what you have to do, you have to keep here one constant, and that constant is alpha, and this is the polarizability of molecule. What is it? It is the polarizability of molecule. Okay. Here initially what we have stated, in order to show the Raman spectra, there should be a change in the polarization, and after this you come to know when sample is there, external field is applied, electric field, there will be distortion which causes the induced dipole moment, but there is a relationship between the strength, the magnitude of the strength of the electric field and the induced dipole moment, and it will be in this way. Later on, in order to solve it further, there is a constant, and that constant alpha is the polarizability of the molecule. Now see, which molecule show the Raman spectra? Example, very important. See carefully, homonuclear diatomic molecule. Which molecule? Homonuclear diatomic molecule. Let be assume like H2N2 and so on. Okay. In previous study, you know, homonuclear diatomic molecule can't give the rotational spectra. Because why? Because dipole moment is zero. They are symmetric. Dipole moment zero. That's why they can't give the rotational spectra. Now second one, symmetric molecule also can't give the IR spectra. Okay, but here this symmetric homonuclear diatomic molecule gives the Raman spectra. Very important. Why it is so? This homonuclear diatomic molecule, due to absorption of light, there will be induced dipole moment which causes the polarization. There is a polarizability for this molecule due to absorption of light, and that's why homonuclear diatomic molecule gives the Raman spectra. We may say that this Raman spectroscopy is a complementary technique to the microwave spectra, that is rotational spectra, as well as to the IR spectra. So far as IR spectra and rotational, or one can say microwave spectra is concerned, homonuclear diatomic molecule can't give this spectra, but Raman spectra is given by such a homonuclear diatomic molecule due to the change in the induced dipole moment, that is they have polarizability. Getting it? And this technique, Raman spectroscopy, is complementary to microwave and IR spectroscopy. Okay, I think all of you getting this. Before this, we studied about the characteristics property. In that characteristics property of Raman spectra, number of characteristics properties are there. Last property is that the Raman spectra is given by the molecule in which there will be change in the polarization. Okay, but what is the mean by change in the polarization? What it is a show, or what it shows the polarization due to application of the electric field, external electric field. What happens due to application of external electric field? There will be distortion. Due to distortion, what happens? Induced dipole moment is there. Now, what is the relationship between the magnitude of the electric field and induced dipole moment? It is in this way. Now, here this alpha is the polarizability of that molecule, and very important, homonuclear diatomic molecule gives the Raman spectra because there is a change in the dipole moment, that is, they shows a change in the polarizability. Okay, while again one important thing is that the Raman spectroscopy is a complementary to microwave as well as IR spectroscopy. Okay.